Welcome back, everybody, to Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All Blind. Thanks for being here. Thanks for letting me cut when I needed to. Okay, I think I'm mentally ready to do this. Another bit of truth comes to light. Well, Adrian gave us a lot to think about in the last one, and now she's gone ahead and just dropped the bomb that she did this all for Matt. I don't know if I believe it, but probably only because I don't see how that could actually be true. So I'm going to have to find out what the hell she's talking about.
Miss Andrews, if you could, please tell us the truth about your behavior.
Yes, Your Honor, I understand. Here we go. I want to save this because I want to think about this with a fresh thought. I gave it like a couple hours since I recorded last to think about this. Protecting Matt. Let's see what she comes up with because I'm not so sure. From the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. Matt had to kill Juan no matter what. For what? Juan wasn't in his way for anything. And he didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, of course, the button and the knife, which you probably planted. But I'm Matt's manager, so I felt that I had to protect him. That said nothing. That said absolutely nothing. What? I don't know about this now.
This does account for everything.
No, it doesn't. Well, I am the logical type. We're finally seeing her true self. She's more nervous than a scared rabbit.
If there are no objections, I feel like I can pass a verdict based on this testimony.
No, I don't think so.
Now then, Mr. Wright, if you please.
Oh, you just wait. I am not letting her go until I press every single word of what she said. Looks like somehow everything has swung to the opposite end of the scale again. Yeah, that's how it works. That just means I have to put my weight into this and turn her logic upside down. We can do it, Phoenix, I'm sure. Alright, here we go. From the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. Why? Would you say that was your intuition speaking to you? Don't confuse my methods of reasoning with your own. If you want to prove that someone did something, you need 3 things. 3 things? A motive, an opportunity to commit the crime, and finally, decisive evidence. And if you think that these 3 things through, the answer becomes quite clear. You should have already known that, Phoenix. Oh, oops. Oh. Poor Phoenix. They didn't teach that to us in school, at least not from what I remember. May I continue now? I guess, with your lies. Matt had to kill Juan no matter... Why? He wasn't in his way at all. So would you say this need came from the press conference? Yes. Do you know why Juan chose that event in that hotel for the conference? Because that was when he could cause the most damage to the public beloved Matt Angard.
And you knew of this plan, didn't you, Miss Andrews?
Yes, because I was the one who set up the conference and prepared the costume. But I'm sure Mr. Angard himself didn't know anything about a press conference. Oh, really? Can you show me any proof that he didn't know about the press conference? Well, he told me. Anyway, the important thing is here, the information was not in your testimony.
Yes, I agree. Miss Andrews, please correct your testimony, if you please.
Grasping at straws, now are we, Mr. Wright? Why are you getting so rude? Is it because I'm on to you? I know what his motive was, but I don't have any way to prove I'm right. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba. Has Mr. Angard done something to hurt or betray you personally? Has he? Why do you ask? That ain't important, just answer it. You were the one who helped Mr. Carita with his press conference, and that event was supposed to bring down Mr. Angard, yet you still helped out. That's true. What you gotta say about that, darling? Are you just mad because I haven't said how good you look today? Just calm down. The person on trial right now is Mr. Angard, right? What the witness was thinking, helping the victim with his plan, is none of our concern. No, it is, though. She set him up the bomb. In any case, this means that the defendant had a motive to kill. What motive is that? She just said that he did. She didn't say what it was. This would not hold weight with Judge Judy. I'm telling you that right now. There's no way. And he didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. Or did he? Didn't you already testify earlier that Mr. Angard was taking a nap in his room? Are you telling me now that that too was a lie so you could cover for Mr. Engard? I'm not telling you anything of the sort. When I went to get him for the show, he honestly was sleeping. However, as to whether he was sleeping the entire time, that I cannot say. I was too busy setting up the stage at the time.
I keep trying, but I can find no flaws.
What? Oh, come on. Oh, oh, the judge is calling me out. Oh, no. Oh, Phoenix, we're doomed. He's glaring at you, smart guy. Sorry, Mia. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, of course, the button and the knife. That seems weird, too. You can hardly call the knife decisive evidence. The fingerprints on the knife could very well be a clever camouflage. Then, what about the button? The button? It's clear from the crime scene that the victim and the murderer fought. And during the fight, the killer ripped the button from the Gemin ninja's costume.
You're talking about this button, correct?
We don't have any other button to look at. Of course it's that one. That button was found in the pleats of Mat's Hakama, isn't that correct? I would think that makes it very decisive evidence that you probably planted. I get you. Don't give up, Phoenix. We got this.
Looks like you were outfoxed again, Mr. Wright.
Anyway, the knife doesn't prove a thing. Please fix your testimony. I can't stand the sight of a man who can't gracefully accept his defeat. Then why are you working with all those schlubs at the frickin' place? Oh, Mia. Oh, Mia, don't. No, Mia, please.
Miss Andrews, for Mr. Wright's sake, please add this information to your testimony.
Here's what I don't get. Button was torn off Juan during his fight with Matt. Let me see something here really quick. That seems wrong because... Where is the thing we're looking for? Here it is. Yeah, oof. There's something wrong here, because we haven't really talked about the way he died, which was strangulation. The knife was, like, the secondary thing. Let me see what else she has to say. Alright. And how do you know that? When the ends of the threads on the button and the costume were matched up, they were found to fit together perfectly, or so I heard. I've heard that before, too. But why would Miss Andrews know about this case down to such a fine detail? Don't look at me like that, just because I'm prepared and you are not. Oh my god, I'm starting to not like Samus anymore, I gotta be honest. Yeah, I know, Phoenix. I'm thinking I might be right with the autopsy report, but I'm not sure. But I'm Matt's manager, so I felt that I had to protect him. Press this too, I just want to see if she has anything extra. But what you really did was stab the guy in the back, didn't you? And at the worst possible time. You did? What, darling? Who's to say she really stabbed the guy in the back, as you put it? This witness could have disclosed things about Mr. Engard at any time. Why, then, would she wait until there was a large audience before doing so? It's the same reason why Mr. Kurita planned such an elaborate conference. Miss Andrews wanted to cause Mr. Engard as much damage as she possibly could. This witness bears an ill will towards the defendant. Oh, no, I'm right. This isn't the Phoenix Wright Wax Philosophical Power Hour. It could be. That's later tonight, actually. What? And please stop slandering the witness. As I expected, Miss Andrews' testimony seems pretty solid. Oh, sorry, that was Phoenix. I thought that was Mia. Really? Because to me it sounded a little wishy-washy. Wishy-washy? Well, I guess we'll see if I press a little more. You should know this by now. But you'll need strong, decisive evidence to make her talk. Got it, Chief. Okay, I think I know what to do. From the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. Not that. I know what his motive was, but I don't have any way to prove I'm right. Not that. Didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. Not that. That button was torn. This is what I'm thinking. Can we spin this so that we talk about the strangulation? Because here's my theory. If the guy really was killed by strangulation, and I only know this from TV and movies, usually when you get behind someone to strangle them, they don't put up too much of a fight with, like, clothes ripping. Usually the person is just struggling. And they can't really do much. Okay, so was I right about that? Well, let's find out. Try it. Oh! Oh my god! Yeah. This is the victim's autopsy report. It clearly states that the cause of death was strangulation by a scarf. Mm-hmm. Strangulation? The knife stab to the victim was done after the victim had already died.
And what does that mean?
Let's examine the evidence. This button has the victim's blood on it, which would mean that it was ripped off the costume when— oh, yeah, see, this is why I need Phoenix. I think I was partially right there, but yeah, the blood. The knife wouldn't have made the blood happen until after the fact, which means someone planted it after the knife was stabbed into the victim. Exactly, which means it is impossible this button was torn off during the final struggle. Correct, Phoenix, there you go. Because the victim was strangled to death in that fight. Ah! That's right, Miss Andrews. There's no way this button was ripped off during the struggle. This button was consciously pulled off the victim's already dead body. Yeah, here we go back to them pants. Dem pants, though.
Order, what is the meaning of—
What? Edgeworth? What? We're not done. What is the meaning of this right? So what if the button was torn off the body after the victim had already died? What does that change? Let me ask you one simple question, Mr. Edgeworth. What are you doing later tonight? Why was the button torn off? What purpose did that serve? What purpose? We now know this button was not torn off during the fight, so the murderer took the time and effort to purposely rip this from the victim's body. That would mean that the murderer had something in mind, wouldn't it? Like to plant it on someone innocent.
Mr. Wright, does this mean you know what the murderer wanted to do with this button? What was it?
To pin the crime on Angard, of course. That's the only logical explanation. The other two were just silly. Man, sometimes I want to pick these bad ones just to see, but I don't want to risk it, especially since my health right now is so low. There's only one logical reason for doing something like that. It was to pin the crime on Mr. Angard. That's right, Edgeworth. You can't say nothing, can you? You know I'm right. There's no way anyone would put a bloody button in their own pants. Well, someone gross, maybe. I don't know. And don't kink shame them. That's right. Mr. Angard was set up by the real killer, of course. That's right.
And the real murder is— well, Mr. Wright, who in the world is the real killer, then?
Finally. I can't believe I managed to bring this trial all the way up to this point. Jeez. Are we gonna actually be able to pin it on her, though? Phoenix, you can't let your guard down yet. Not until the very end. The real killer, the person who planned to frame Mr. Angard is— it's gotta be Adrian, right? It has to be. We don't the only other one I would have liked to have pinned it on is that creepy butler killer guy, but we don't even have his profile, so we can't. So it has to be him. Her. Him, her. It has to be Samus. Samus did it. Miss Adrian Andrews. I choose you. What? This isn't Pokemon? You are Mr. Kurita's killer. She would make a terrible Pokemon. Look, her glasses keep breaking and everything. She's just a mess. She a hot mess.
Order, Mr. Wright. This is a very grave matter. Do you have any evidence that supports your charge?
Any evidence? All of the evidence points to Miss Andrews. What? How preposterous. You can't stick any of that on me. I can't, can I? Would you care to test me? Then what about this knife? The knife was used to stab the victim after he had already been strangled to death. It was used to throw suspicion onto Mr. Angard, naturally. A knife covered in the defendant's fingerprints could only be taken from his room. And the only one who had dinner with him and knew which knife to take was you. Oh god! Oh my god! Her bra and her glasses. Thank God she's got like an unlimited supply of both. Then, what? What about the button that was found in Matt's hakama? This button was removed from the victim's body after he had already died. The only people who could have done so were the person who found his body or the killer. However, if Mr. Angard was the real killer, there's no way he would have put such incriminating evidence in his own hakama. There it goes again. Oh my, what's that, pair 5 now? Oh god. The only person who could put this button into Mr. Angard's hakama is the person who went to wake him from his nap, which is you, yet again, Miss Andrews. Oh my gosh. Ooh, we are getting it now, boy. Yeah, I'm getting so excited.
I see. What about the empty guitar case?
Judge, are you stupid? We already talked about that. That is also another piece of evidence that incriminates Miss Andrews. Oh, look at this. Oh, Samus, girl. Now she's gonna be Zero Suit Samus. That costume was used to hide the real killer's identity as they fled the crime scene. Now, who could have known that there was just such a costume inside the guitar case? It could only have been the person who prepared the costume for the victim. And that person is you, Miss Adrian Andrews. Oh no! Oh god, she has no bra left. Now she gotta hold him up. That's the worst. That's when you know you're at rock bottom. What? But Miss Andrews' fingerprints were nowhere to be found on the guitar case. And it was you who proved that she was not wearing gloves at the time.
That's right.
Nope. Phoenix got something for this too. That's because she did not intend on leaving any prints. If anyone had found out that she had touched the case, they would have asked her why. So to avoid leaving any prints, she used a towel or something else to open it. But the glass of tomato juice is a different story. Miss Andrews purposely left her fingerprints on the glass to show that yes, indeed, she was the classic dazed discoverer of a dead body. Oh, you found another pair? Oh, that's good. Too bad they just broke. And to top it all off, there's this photo. God, Phoenix is on a roll! Yeah, the pants all rolled up, right? Because it can't be mad in those. Photo of the killer as they exited the scene of the crime. No reasonable person on Earth can believe this Nickel Samurai is Master on guard? We'll just go with that. He would be much too short for his own costume if it were him. Oh, no, it's gone. She got another pair of glasses, but no bra, nope. Speaking of how tall people are, Miss Andrews, you're also kind of short in stature, are you not? Please, stop. Oh no, she looks sad. I'm sorry that I broke 5 million of your bras. I know they're expensive. Oh, I've got her this time.
Miss Andrews?
Is she alright? I refuse to testify. What was that? There's a law. It says I can't be forced to testify about something if it can incriminate me. Yeah, but doesn't that make you automatically guilty when you use that?
Well, yes. You are absolutely correct, Miss Andrews. The law does provide us with a way to avoid self-incrimination by allowing a witness to not testify if the testimony can cause damage to themselves.
What? Pleading the fifth is not something most people would think to do on the spot. Yeah, but doesn't that automatically incriminate them? Actually, thinking back to yesterday in Mr. Onguard's room. Adrian Andrews! Oh, hey girl. Yes? Think hard about what we just discussed, understood? Alright. Did Franny tell her to do that if she got in trouble? I wonder. That's when Francisca planted this idea into her head, probably. She must have told Miss Andrews not to testify if things look bad. But I thought that already, that automatically makes it cast suspicion on them, though. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I learned that from Judge Judy. You did a good job proving everything up to this point, Phoenix. But there's still one thing you haven't done. Something I haven't done? What you waggling your finger about over there, boy? What's wrong, Wright? Are you finished already? Run out of evidence? No. I've got loads right here in my pants. Why don't you come take a look?
What is so humorous, Mr. Edgeworth?
I'm sure you realize this as well, Your Honor. But everything the good lawyer here has proven up to this point is meaningless. What? Everything you have proven is circumstantial. Circumstantial? Yes, circumstantial. You have yet to provide a single piece of definitive proof. Proof that Miss Andrews did in fact harbor a wish to murder Mr. Kurita. But we have that! We do have it. Can I bring it out now? Yeah. We have that, though. No? No, we absolutely do.
Miss Andrews, did you want to kill Mr. Kurita?
I believe this may lead to me incriminating myself, so I will abstain from answering.
But Miss Andrews, if you do that, it would be the same as admitting your guilt, don't you think?
Maybe so, or maybe not. There's nothing to prove it either way. Besides, you don't even know what crime I would be guilty of due to my silence. That doesn't help you. You can still get put in jail. No, she's taking that defiant attitude again. Mia, what should we do? Somehow, we've landed in the worst possible situation. Oh, I know what's gonna happen. Even if she incriminates herself, we still can't get Matt off the hook because we don't know for sure that's what she's trying to do, probably stall.
I think we have reached a certain conclusion at this point in time. Miss Andrews has refused to testify, and the defense's theory that she is the actual murderer has not been fully substantiated with solid definitive proof.
But that's not true!
In this situation, there is only one thing this court can do, and that is to declare a recess.
Recess?
I request that both the prosecution and the defense look further into this matter.
Oh, we're getting another day. Of course we are. We've only really had like 1 to 2 days of investigation? It's probably not enough. Oh no, but Maya. We don't have a tomorrow. If we don't get a not guilty verdict today, then... That's right, Phoenix, we have to do it. Please wait, Your Honor. That's not necessary. The trial. Please continue the trial. What are you sweating for? Because I'm thinking about tonight, of course. Your client is getting 1 more day to live, isn't he? That's not it. This isn't about that. Maybe he should have told Edgeworth that happened. Maybe Edgeworth would have been more likely to help us. Damn it, Phoenix and your pride. Edgeworth, I know you know who the real killer is. Please, let the trial continue. If I don't get the verdict, then Maya... Uh-oh, he let it slip. He let it slip. Uh-oh, do you think Edgeworth noticed? It seemed like he did.
But it's impossible to continue as long as the witness refuses to testify. Now then, this court is...
Oh, Edgeworth, you're gonna save me again, boy! Yeah, I knew you loved me! I absolutely knew! It is not impossible for this trial to continue. Oh, Andrews, you going down. He don't care for you. He cares for me.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you...
It's true, Miss Andrews holds the right against self-incrimination. However, if the topic of conversation was something unrelated to whatever she may be guilty of, then she has no right to withhold testimony.
Yes, that is very true, but...
Actually, there is one little thing that I'm curious about. Miss Andrews. Oh, yeah, you sweating now, girl? When you found the victim's dead body, you poured yourself a glass of juice. Yes, and? I can't help but think how unnatural that is. Usually when one finds a body, they are shaken up, not stirring a glass of juice. So my actions were unusual, but I've already... Before you speak, I want you to state that if you have a reason behind your actions, I would like you to testify to that effect. Testify? Your Honor, I would like to request that the witness testify again as to what happened when she first discovered the victim's body. Whatever we find out in this testimony should in no way implicate the witness. Is that gonna work? I don't know what it is about Edgeworth today, but I can't get a good read off him. Is he friend or foe? I just don't know. Did you mean to rhyme that? Because it sounded great.
The court acknowledges the prosecution's request, Miss Andrews, if you please.
But what's she gonna actually testify about that's gonna be different? When I found the body. We already kind of did this, didn't we? That glass of juice, I didn't really pour it for myself. What? I was surprised when I walked into the room and saw it in that messy state. And Juan, he was sitting slumped over and tired looking in the corner. When I saw him sitting like that, the thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. To be honest, I thought he had just fainted or something, so I went to pour him some juice. When I realized that he was dead, that's when I knocked the flower vase over. No, I don't think so. Hang on. Judge, hold that thought. Hang on. Don't we have something already that defies that? Look at where the bottle of juice is, though. Oh, I think that's what I'm gonna get her on. I bet you anything. Oh, I bet you anything.
Why didn't you say so in your earlier testimony?
I didn't think I needed to include something so trivial. Phoenix, please be careful here. If you can't find anything wrong with this testimony, then there's nothing left. I know. Edgeworth, what the heck is going on in that brain of yours?
Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Do we need to press everything, or should I press the one I'm really actually sure about? I found the body. That glass of juice, I didn't really pour it for myself. I think I know what to do. I think I actually know what to do. I was surprised when I walked into the room and saw it in that messy state. Juan, he was sitting slumped over and tired looking in the corner. When I saw him sitting like that, the thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. It's either that one or this one. To be honest, I thought he just fainted or something, so I went to pour him some juice. My theory is, and I don't think this is right, but I think it'll lead me to the right thing. What statement, though, do I give this on as the problem? Because it could work for either. If she poured him juice, she had to walk right frickin' in front of him to get it, if the juice was where it's supposed to be, right there. No? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Guys, pray for me, because I think I might have something here. Oh, shoot! So you honestly didn't think he was dead when you found him? No, not at all. But we had so much testimony about her being shocked. Oh my Christ. This game. Even though this is what you saw when you discovered the body? Ah!
What is the meaning of this?
Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? There's a knife sticking straight. Oh, they're gonna go for that? I totally spun it a different way. I was gonna be like, girl, the juice right in front of him. You had to have seen the whole thing. Anyone who saw this scene would have immediately thought that here was a dead man. Well, you see, I doubt a single person in the world would mistake this for someone who fainted, and then so nonchalantly go pour something to drink.
Your point is?
Miss Andrews, your testimony just now, it was all one giant lie. There they go. And your lie has proven one thing very clearly, that you are the real killer. Man, we are not letting up on her. No!
Oh, my pants.
Oh no. Oh dear.
It looks like the defense has somehow brought the ugly truth to light. The defendant, Mr. Matt Ongard, is not guilty after all.
But that's impossible. You're wrong.
Miss Andrews, try to have some composure.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me, I tell you. It was Matt, I swear it. He's the one who killed Juan. But you were the one who refused to testify, and your reason for not doing so was that you might end up incriminating yourself. That's because...
Miss Andrews, I will give you one last chance.
Oh, we have to listen to her again?
What exactly are you hiding that may incriminate you?
You might as well say it all now, because you're in big trouble. I refuse to testify. Franny dug her a big hole, didn't she? How convenient that she's not here to pick up the pieces.
Then there's no need for this court to continue any further. Mr. Matt Ongard's innocence has been clearly demonstrated.
Is it over? Have we found the truth at last? Something doesn't seem completed here, though. What's wrong, Phoenix? Usually the real killer confesses his or her guilt. And now that I think about it, this is the first time someone hasn't. Yeah, what's she hiding still, though? She's got to be hiding something.
Now, then I would like to hand down my verdict for Mr. Matt Ongard.
What? No, Edgeworth! What are you doing? Your Honor, the prosecution feels that it would be premature to pass down a verdict at this time. No, Edgeworth, I thought you were helping us! The reason is quite simple. This witness has yet to speak the absolute real truth. Is he gonna make her do it, though? Is she actually gonna say anything? I don't think she will.
The absolute real truth? What are you...
Witness, don't you understand yet? Is he gonna be able to talk her into it? I don't know who planted this silly idea in your head, but as long as you protect yourself through your silence, Matt Ongard will go free, and in his place, you will become the guilty party. That's a lie. I don't believe you. Was she not told that that would happen? What? I was told if I spoke, then it would be all over, and Matt would never be declared guilty. What in the world is she talking about? Has she lost it? I can't speak about it. I'm too scared. It's Franziska von Karma. Huh? Don't you remember, Phoenix? Miss Andrews lives by gripping tightly onto the words of another. Because she doesn't have the strength to believe in herself. Then right now, Miss Andrews is... Yesterday, she was tossed a lifesaver by Miss von Karma. Don't say a word, no matter what happens. If you do, Matt Ongard will be acquitted. Miss Andrews undyingly believes in those words right now and is clinging on to them. Then what should we do? This is the first time I've ever come across anything like this. Yeah, what do we do? But Miss Andrews has to be the killer, right? But is she? Or does she know who the killer is and she's not saying anything? That's what I'm wondering about now. All we have to do now is get our not guilty. That's my only priority. It wasn't me. I'm begging you. Please believe me. I didn't kill Juan. Help. Please, someone help me.
Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor?
the court can't continue on like this, therefore I'd like to hear what you intend to do.
What I intend to do? What am I supposed to do? Right. I suggest you think very carefully about this. Think about what this witness did and what she did not do. And think about who is the real mastermind behind the crime. Wait, if Edgeworth is goading me on, then she didn't do it. Uh-oh. Now I'm starting to second guess. I actually didn't think that she did it in the beginning. No, Phoenix, I bet it is somebody else. It's not him, is it? It's not the guy that captured Maya. I guess it could be, but why? Come now, what will you do? What kind of man are you, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Go on, girl. I have to win a complete acquittal today. There's no way around that. But I can't bring myself to do it like this. Not when she's making a face like that. I want to hear what she has to say. Miss Andrews, I would like to know what you were really hiding.
Mr. Wright, are you sure you know what you're doing?
Sure, Mr. On Guard would get an acquittal, but in his place, you would be found guilty. Is this how you really want this trial to end? Be quiet. How dare you? You're trying to trick me.
That's enough. I commend you for trying, Mr. Edgeworth. However, it's clear that the defense's theory is the truth.
You're wrong. What you got, Edgeworth? You got something on your sleeve? Uh-oh. Such a shame. I had hoped things wouldn't have come to this, however.
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
Miss Andrews, since you absolutely refuse to testify, it falls on my shoulders to disclose this to the court. Stop!
Mr. Edgeworth?
What you got? You got information? This witness, how should I put it, she has an illness. What? And because of this illness, she has tried to commit suicide in the past. Stop! Please stop! No matter how much you want to hide it, it's no use. I have the evidence right here. Why is he bringing that into this? That's the second part of the suicide report. The attempted suicide report. Yeah, we have that too. What will you do now, witness? You know what I am about to do, don't you? Oh, Edgeworth is gonna force her hand. He's not taking no prisoners. He doesn't give a shit. I will now reveal to the court the true nature of the pitiful woman known as Adrian Andrews. Secret of her codependent nature. Oh, she won't want this to get out, will she? Yeah, I get it. She's gonna make him testify, or make her testify, because she wants to keep this information private. Having other people know about it scares her more than anything else in the world. Please, please stop, I beg you. If people find out. If people find out, I'll... Uh-oh. If you're going to say you would choose death, that is of no concern to me. Wow, Edgeworth is so savage. Edgeworth, how can you be so cold? However, before you die, I will pull the truth from your breathing lips. No matter what I have to do. Wow! Stone cold! So will you tell the court yourself, or shall I? Either is fine with me. She's gonna do it. She's gonna say now. I'll talk, but please, help me. Oh my gosh, this poor girl, I can't help but feel sorry for her. Nothing matters anymore. My crime, okay. Here we go. When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted. Honest. When I realized he was dead, that was when I formulated my plan. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room. And then, I stabbed Juan's dead body with the knife and ripped off the button. Just when I finished and was returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience. And that's why I ended up using the Nickel Samurai costume. Okay. If we believe that she's being truthful now, she didn't kill him. But when she saw that she could take an opportunity to frame Matt, that's what she did.
Stab the body with a knife? But why would you do that?
Isn't it obvious to pin the blame on a certain person? A certain cowardly man.
What do you mean by all of this?
It might take this court a little while to understand, but... Ooh, we're gonna have a long episode, are we? This is the truth. The real killer is Matt, that scumbag of a man. I'll never forgive him. He's trying to escape his guilt again, just like last time. Is it really Matt, though? So, Miss Andrews stabbed the victim, Juan Carita, in the chest with a knife. However, she didn't do it with a murder in mind. She did it with the intent of framing Matt Angard for the murder, but that's just as guilty. She'll still go to jail. And this is her crime. It is still a crime, though. How is this possible? I mean, wasn't Miss Andrews supposed to be the real murderer? I guess not. These things always happen, don't they?
Mr. Wright, please get over your shock and commence the cross-examination.
God, where do I start? I'm gonna have to do every part. Alright, you guys get your long episode after all. Because I'm not stopping here. When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted. Alright. But you could tell from the state of the room was in that there must have been a fight. Are you telling the truth when you say that you did not know he was dead? He had a scarf tied around his neck, but that scarf is part of the Jammin Ninja's costume, so I didn't think anything about it was strange. His head was also tilted down a bit, so I couldn't see his face that well. That's why I thought I'd wake him up, and went to pour the juice. So that part's actually true? Then when I realized he was dead, that was when I formulated my plan. Alright, tell me about that. What is this plan you had? I knew right away the murderer was Matt. I knew because, one, he was going to expose Matt's weakest weak point to the world. Is that the truth? So Matt did this to stop Juan and silence him for good. That's when I thought I should forge some evidence and pin this crime on Matt.
So the forged pieces of evidence were the knife and the button.
The first thing that came to mind was to plant the knife. Once I made sure there was no one in the hallway, I made a dash back to my room. Right. Starting to piece this together now.
That was so you could get the knife, correct?
The knife Matt used at dinner had his fingerprints all over it. I thought if I had used that, then the police would certainly turn their eyes towards him. Is Matt really bad? Honestly, I haven't even suspected him this whole time because of his demeanor. Are we gonna have a huge twist like that? I don't think we've ever had someone we've had to defend that was actually the guilty party before. And then I stabbed Juan's dead body with a knife and ripped off the button. Okay. So you were the one to stab the victim with the knife. It gives me goosebumps to think about it now. What a horrible thing I did. But at the time, I couldn't control my own body. It moved on its own. Then, when I stabbed Juan's dead body, I suddenly realized something. If I used the button somehow, I could make Matt look even more suspect.
So you thought to rip one of the buttons off and then plant it in Mr. Angard's hakama?
Yes, that's what I had planned to do. But things never go that smoothly, do they?
She saw that people were outside, so she had to use the costume, huh? Yeah, she had a bit of an inconvenience.
An inconvenience? There was a woman with a camera at the ready, loitering in the hallway.
Yeah, it was Lotta. Yep, it definitely was.
There was also a woman with a ray gun at the ready, pacing back and forth. Oh, right, Old Bag was out there too.
So there was no way she could have got by both of those guys.
I had already been caught and made into a big scoop for a certain weekly tabloid once, so I couldn't very well go out looking like myself and get caught again.
They did see you go in though, unfortunately.
That's why I ended up using the costume. Okay, that part makes sense then.
You were the one who prepared that costume, weren't you?
Well, yes, I took it from Global Studios. I also put it into Juan's guitar case the day before the awards ceremony.
You did this in preparation for the press conference, correct?
Yes, Juan wanted to wear that costume and hold a press conference, so she was already angry with Matt before. So they planned this together to get him. What did he do? He was going to disclose Matt's big secret there.
And what is the secret?
Are you allowed to say? That I don't know.
How does she not know?
Anyway, I thought that if I were to leave Juan's room in the Nickel Samurai costume, then people would think that Matt was the real murderer. I was very careful not to leave any fingerprints when I opened the guitar case. I absolutely did not want anyone to know about the costume.
Wow. I think we've heard enough. So after that, you went back to Mr. Onguard's room and planted the button?
Into Matt's hakama, yes. After that, I folded up the costume I was wearing and put it into a bag. Then I snuck it out of the hotel and got rid of it.
My word! What does all this mean?
Mr. Edgeworth, is it? The real criminal is Matt Onguard. Yesterday, that woman prosecutor sat me down for a talk. Francisca, huh? She said that I should under no circumstances confess to what I had done. That if I just kept quiet, then Matt would be found guilty for sure. I had no choice but to believe in her words.
Well, she kind of led you astray.
That sucks. I am starting to feel a little bit more for her now. Okay, I see that this is definitely a spin I didn't anticipate.
What this witness has done is clearly unlawful. However, as long as her testimony stands, we can be certain she's not the real killer.
Wait, Your Honor. The defense still... Right. Phoenix, you've got to tell Edgeworth what's going on. It's pointless. At this point in time, it is not possible to indict Miss Andrews on anything.
Yes, exactly. There isn't a single piece of evidence that points to her as the murderer. The cross-examination of this witness is over, and so is today's trial.
Oh no, what about Maya, though?
You couldn't establish that the witness was the culprit. Please let it go, Mr. Wright.
But...
Mr. Edgeworth, please place Miss Andrews under arrest for further questioning.
Understood, Your Honor. The prosecution will arrange for her detention immediately.
That's all. Court is adjourned for today.
What's gonna happen to Maya now? Oh no. Uh-oh. Oh wow, we've never seen the seat without the judge before. That's interesting. Oh, Phoenix! Oh no, oh gosh, he's so upset. Today's trial. It's over. And I didn't win an acquittal. Oh no. Witness, would you mind if I asked you something? What are you doing, Edgeworth? What is it? Before you leave court today, I wondered if I might look at one thing. The card in your hand. It's had my interest for quite some time now. What exactly is it? Oh, this? Mr. Wright also asked about this. Yeah. She still has it. Although I didn't remember at the time you asked me about it, Mr. Wright. I remembered just now. I found this in the room on that day. The room?
That day?
And you didn't think it was important? Oh, Oh. I found this card when I discovered Juan's body. Why isn't it evidence? It was lying there next to him. You found that card? Next to the victim's body? I suppose I must have unconsciously slipped it into my pocket. Oh my Christ. But it's not as if this card has any relevance to Juan's murder, right? But it might. Yeah. As far as a clue to this case, I don't see why. But it probably is. Witness! That card! Give it to me, hurry! Edgeworth? Edgeworth knows. Do you have any idea what you've stupidly yet inadvertently done? I can't believe you hid this from me all this time. I didn't mean to. What is this all about? I've never seen such an emotional Edgeworth in my life. Not even from last night. Oh well. Damn it. That card? What in the world is it? And what does it mean? Oh no, whoa, okay, this is not me giving you the major, cliffhanger. This is the game doing that. Oh no. What's gonna happen now? Well, I hope I frickin' figure it out. Guys, this has been so great. Holy crap, I'm on the edge of my seat. I can't wait to record more. Seriously, I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am. I'll see you guys soon in the next one. If you like this video, you could leave a like. That would really be great. It means a lot to me if you liked it. Thanks so much. I'll see you guys soon. Oh, crap. Bye.